Hello, amigos, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing this morning? Hope everybody's fine. It's Social Friday, amigos. Viernes social. And like I said before, enjoy the weekend. Give thanks to God for all his blessings. Really take time to spend quality time with your family, with your loved ones, and take advantage of this very short life that we have, and do what you love to do, guys. You know, there's nothing greater than doing what you love and helping other people out at the same time. It is quite rewarding, all right? And I'm living the dream, guys. You know, just helping kids out here in Miami, Florida, just helping them achieve their dreams and at least giving them a solid foundation of what is required in life. A lot of discipline, hard work, dedication, everything that they can actually take to use in their future, whatever they decide on doing. Either going to school, going to college, become a professional, going to the military, whatever they want to do. This is something that I believe parents and people like myself, coaches, and people that actually have an influence on kids do with these young ones that sometimes they don't have the correct guidance for whatever reason. I think I am blessed to have the opportunity to reach these kids and to help them achieve some of their goals. Although if it's in a small portion and small way, I'm really happy to do that, and God has blessed me. So I'm going to pass on that blessing to them, all right? But anyway, today, guys, we're going to talk about a little thought that I had yesterday, all right? It's about Matias, you know, and I know you guys might say, oh, here goes Coach again, talking about Matias. And the reason why I'm talking about Matias is because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is doing it, all right? And because I was thinking of maybe putting some ideas out there on how Matias could actually exploit his situation. Let's put it that way. All right. Take advantage of his situation, which is right now a very limited situation, very limited opportunities for him at 140 pounds. And we're going to go over that now. All right. So today we're talking about former IBF 140-pound champion Matias. Matias has had some tough breaks recently, and with opportunities drying up at 140, it's time to ask, should he move up to 147 pounds? The welterweight division. I think the answer is a definite yes. And today we're going to discuss why and who he could face in this new weight division. Section 1. The current situation at 140 pounds. The 140-pound division is changing fast. Matias' loss to Liamparo has set him back, and many of the big names at 140 are either moving up or looking for safer routes. As you all know, Pitbull Cruz also lost, and there's a new champion in that organization, which is Rayo Valenzuela. So Teofimo Lopez is one of those fighters that is thinking about moving up to 147 pounds. Devin Haney is also thinking about moving up to 147 pounds. Ryan Garcia had also mentioned that he wanted to move up to 147 pounds. So these are some of the fighters that were currently participating at the 140 pound division, junior welterweight division, and have all stated they're moving up. They're moving up in weight class, all right? Where does that leave Matias? Frankly, the opportunities at a 140 are fading fast. Moving up to 147 could open up new exciting matchups for him and reignite his career. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, as you all know, Matias has been the most avoided fighter at 140 pounds. Now that he's lost the title, it's going to be even harder for him to get a matchup with any of these guys. The right thing to do next, and this is something that I would be doing, I would be really working hard in order for him to accomplish this, would be to try to get a matchup against Pitbull Cruz, all right? Loser versus loser, all right? They both lost their titles recently. This is the real war between Mexico and Puerto Rico. This would be a sellout wherever they decide on fighting, whether it's Madison Square Garden or in Las Vegas. A lot of people would go to this fight because they would surely bring fireworks to the center of the ring, because both of these fighters are very aggressive. They throw a lot of punches, and it's the typical Puerto Rico versus Mexico fight. I would love to see that fight, but it's all in the hands of the promoters, and it's all in the hands of these fighters. And it seems that Pitbull Cruz wants no part of Suriel Matias. He's trying to follow the Canelo Alvarez route, picking and choosing who is the best opponent for him. He chose wrong on his last fight. He thought he was cherry picking low-hanging fruit in Rayo Valenzuela, and the tables turned on him dramatically. And I had actually mentioned that that would be something that could happen in that fight, and that Pitbull Cruz was going to be a one-hit wonder. He was not going to last long. So I was right about that prediction. I'm sorry to say that I think Rayo Valenzuela is not going to last long either. He's got a lot more skills than Pitbull Cruz. He's a very nice kid, humble kid with good abilities, but I still think he's not elite. He's a B-level fighter. However, at that weight division where there's a lot of the elite fighters moving up to 147, I think Rayo Valenzuela might have a few more fights that he can take advantage of. All right. So let's return to what's up for Suriel Matias. Now that 140-pound division is a division that's been turned on its head, there are basically fighters there like Liam Paro and some others that will not fight Suriel Matias again. I don't know why Suriel Matias did not have a rematch clause with Liam Paro, and that is a question that still is on the table, guys. I have no idea how come the promoter, the manager of Suriel Matias, had not put in place a rematch clause with the fight with Liam Paro. And I'm assuming, guys, that it has to do a lot with the promoter, Eddie Hearn, and his guys, his favorite guys, which are the guys from down under. And there's a little bit of favoritism there, if you ask me. Okay, so let's continue. Section 2, challenges and opportunities at 147. 147-pound, the welterweight division might be stacked, but it's also full of opportunity for Matias. Let's talk about potential matchups that could give him a chance to make a statement. Number 1, Darren Boots Ennis. This rising star at welterweight, Ennis is one of the most dangerous and skilled fighters in the division right now. Matias versus Boots would be an explosive fight, with both guys known for their power. Matias could have to step up his defensive game, but if he lands clean, anything could happen. All right. And I tell you something, this is an option for Matias, but I think Jaron Boots Ennis is in the same predicament as Matias. Nobody wants to fight him at 147. So, in my opinion, Jaron should move up to junior middleweight division and face some of the guys there. I believe the junior middleweight division is the hottest division right now in boxing. Used to be 140 pounds, now it's 154, guys. That's where all the killers are at. I mean, and all these guys want to fight each other, which is great. So Jaron Boots Ennis would be great. Opportunity for Suriel Matias, maybe that one fight before moving up to 154 for Jaron Boots Ennis. But in my opinion, I think Boots is going to be moving up to 154, or that's an option that he has. And if I was someone that would be, in Jaron Boots Ennis' ears, I would tell him, listen, man, at 147, your opportunities are really limited. Let's go to a 154 and fight for bigger opportunities there, and the opportunity to earn another title. All right, the other fighter is Mario Barrios. Barrios is another former 140-pounder who has moved up to 147. This could be an ideal matchup for Matias to test the waters at welterweight. Barrios has power, but Matias' aggression could overwhelm him. This would be a fan-friendly fight that could easily land Matias back in the title picture. I would love to see that one too. Mario Barrios versus Uriel Matias. That would be an explosive fight. Mario Barrios also has that Indian Mexican heritage. I really like the way he fights. He's a tall, strong fighter. This guy is no joke. All right, so this would be a great challenge for Uriel Matias, and I know what some of you guys might be saying. Maybe this is too much for Matias, who's never fought at 147. But you gotta take into consideration Matias, 33 years old. He's been fighting at junior welterweight for such a long time that I think this might have hurt him in his life fight with Liam Paro. We've been trying to ascertain what happened, what went wrong in the fight between Uriel Matias and Liam Paro, and I might just have found the reason what happened. It might have been, too much strain on Matias' body to make the weight of 140 pounds with the IBF ruling of not, hydrating up 10 pounds in that division. That might have affected Matias and his strength and stamina and everything else. So nobody has talked about that. I did not see that I did not mention that in the previous comments because I just thought it was something emotional, but it could be a combination of things. It could be that Matias is no longer able and is sacrificing too much to make the 140-pound division. So, my friends, I think that 147 is the right move for Uriel Matias. His body has changed. He's no longer in his 20s. He's 33 years old. He's a big man. He should, and he's not a short guy. He's 5'8", so he can carry that weight easily. He could step inside the ring at 150-something pounds strong with stamina and not overtraining like he might have done in the past and have more opportunities in that weight division. Okay, let's look at another opponent, possible opponent at 147. Eimantas Stanionis. Stanionis is a top contender at 147 and is known for his toughness and grit. He's undefeated. Matias and Stanionis will be a brutal fight with both guys having high work rates and durability. It's a dangerous fight, but also a winnable one if Matias can push the pace and test Stanionis' endurance. I think that Matias can carry his power at 147. And I don't see, to be honest with you, I think that fighting at 140 has limited the power of Uriel Matias, and it actually finally showed at the Liam Paro fight where he couldn't get his hands going. He looked totally drained. He looked tired, gassed out after the middle round. So this might be an opportunity for Uriel Matias to reset, to move up, to have a lot more opportunities, because at 147 there is a lot of opportunity there, guys. Some of these guys are moving up to 154, so it's going to leave a lot of space there for fighters like Uriel Matias. Maybe in the future a clash at 147 against Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney, one of these other guys. Okay, tell me what you think. All right, the competition is fierce at 147. That's exactly why Matias should consider moving up. There's no shortage of exciting fights, and with his power, he can definitely make a statement in this division. Section 3, the physique and style of Matias. Physically, Matias is already a big 140-pounder. At 5'8", with a naturally strong frame, he walks around heavier than 140 between fights. Cutting down to make a weight at 140 may be draining him, and moving up to 147 would allow him to maintain more energy and likely carry more power into his fights. Just what I was saying right now. It's common sense, guys. The key to Matias will be able to adapt his style at welterweight. He's got the power and the aggression, but he needs to fine-tune his defense. He's going to be facing bigger, stronger opponents, but if he can keep that same intensity while tightening up his defense, Matias could become a real force at 147 pounds. Section 4, the right time to move up. Time is a critical factor. At 33 years old, Matias needs to make a move soon if he wants to stay relevant in the championship conversation. If he waits too long, the opportunities at 140 could disappear. He might miss out on big paydays at 147. By moving up now, Matias can capitalize on a fresh start and get himself in the mix for bigger fights. With guys like Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Having eventually moving up, there will be familiar faces for him to fight at 147. Plus, he'll have a chance to mix it up with established welterweights like Boots Ennis and Stanionis and really prove himself as a top contender again. Just like what I was saying, guys, there's a lot of opportunities at 147, a lot of guys moving up. There's a lot of potential matchups at 147. Let's see what Eddie Hearn can muster, who he can face against Matias. And listen, if he wants to use Matias as a stepping stone, go ahead. Use him as a stepping stone. I'll tell you what, the tables are going to turn if they try to use Matias as a stepping stone, because Matias is still very dangerous, and I still believe in Matias' potential, and I still believe in his championship caliber of fighting. I know there are some people out there that think he's a hype job because he lost this last fight and he was never hurt. He didn't lose by being dominated completely. So, those guys that calling Matias a hype job, like the Algiers of the world and some of these other guys that think that Matias is a hype job, they're in a world of surprises, guys. I'm going to tell you what, once they see Matias come back stronger at 147, Matias is going to be able to shut down a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that do not believe in him. I do believe in Surir Matias' capability. I don't think he is a hype job. I think he's got the capabilities. He just has to believe in himself, be serious about his training, be focused. If he wants to really give his family a nice future, a nest egg, if you want to call it like that, something that he can live off of that for the rest of his life, invest in a business or in properties or whatever he wants to do. I think this is the opportunity now. Move up to 147 and actually face some of these other guys and shut down the naysayers and the haters and all those who have not believed in his abilities. At the end of the day, Surir Matias is a talented fighter who has the ability to make waves in the welterweight division. Yes, 147 is packed with talent, but Matias' power and relentless pressure can be a game changer. With the right matchups, he could be right back in the title hunt. It's time for Matias to take a risk, move up to 147 and start challenging the top guys in that division. What do you guys think? Should Matias make the jump to welterweight? Who would you like to see him fight at 147? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more boxing content. This is Coach Mario from Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy, saying hasta la vista, God bless you all, and peace.